Give it up for Ben Thory, everybody. Ben Thory. Hello, everybody. You ready for a slightly hairier white guy? Let's do this. All right. I'm a big fan of movies. I particularly love watching old movies because you never really know like how you remember them. And I recently rewatched the original Wizard of Oz. And I don't know if any of you are very familiar with rewatching that movie, but it's really weird. And not because of like the flying monkeys and magic, but because Dorothy is just the weirdest human being. Like, she goes to sleep in a tornado and wakes up in a village full of midgets having just killed a person whose legs turned into spaghetti, and she's like, oh my. Well, that sure is peculiar. And you're like, what life do you live? And then she just immediately, without question, is just like, oh, well, come on, living scarecrow and big cat, because she doesn't know what a lion is. She grew up in like 1930s Dust Bowl, Kansas. She hasn't even seen a black person, okay? She doesn't know what a lion is. So, come on, big cat, let's go down this annoyingly colored road and save budget Iron Man. Because, you know, for some reason we need him. And it's the weirdest thing. And like, she goes throughout this whole journey, and then at the end, the only part that she ever questions any of it is when she gets to the castle of the wizard and sees a floating head of the wizard talking to her and goes, hold on a second. This might not be real, and for some reason, she's right. Oh, God. It's also a weirdly racist movie. I mean, it was made a long time ago, but, like, if you need any convincing, she does kill the only person in the entire world with a different color skin with a bucket of water. So, it's pretty damning. But, you know, you can remember it how you want. But, oddly related, anybody ever think about how Superman would definitely probably be racist? Like, he grew up in rural Kansas, in a farming community. Like, if he wasn't racist, he probably would have been at least, like, very racially ignorant. Like, the first time he, you know, flew to a big city and had to save people from an apartment fire, he flies down with a perfectly fine black guy, and he's just like, he's all burnt. I was too late. And the EMT's just like, you gonna tell him? And just, yeah, it's for the worst transition ever from race. Something you might not expect about me is that I love rap music, but something you will expect about me is I don't understand it. And the thing is, it's like, I don't get rappers' obsession with booty. Like, obviously booty's great, but like, they have an unhealthy obsession where, like, in a Lil Jon song, he says the lyrics, I want a girl with an ass that can clap like hands. And quite frankly, I don't ever want to see an ass with that kind of dexterity. That troubles me. Like, that would just, like, what if an ass slow clapped? That wouldn't be good. And then also, it's just like, yeah, great. It'd be troubling. But then also, like, you know, it's, like, there's another lyric where they talk about, I want a girl who can twerk so hard she could paint the walls. And, like, I don't think any booty should have a splash zone. Like, it shouldn't. And all these young girls who are just, you know, they're getting inside their own heads, being self-conscious, like, you know, I can't turn my ass into a sprinkler, so guess I won't be able to be in the next music video. It's really troubling. But also, I'm just confused about how, like, the rapper lifestyle, like, it starts out where, you know, they have to build their way up as a thug and, like, prove that they're street, and then as soon as they make it and they're rich, all they do is talk about and care about luxury clothing brands. Like, you know, there's like Gucci gang, Gucci belts, Gucci Mane. Like, that dude has a fucking ice cream cone tattooed on his face and he still terrifies me. And I don't get it. It's like, you know what they should be pushing to prove they're street is Levi's. Like, Levi's is the most street clothing brand. Like, have you seen their commercials? It's like, Levi's so tough it won't be stained by blood. And you're like, holy shit, Levi's. Calm the fuck down. Oh, God. Well, I'll leave you guys with some stupid questions that my brain thinks while I'm about to go to sleep. One is, how do blind people know when to stop wiping? I mean, it's a legit question. And then, like, when deaf people fart for the first time, they're just like, what the fuck was that? Oh, God. And then, so, if two Down syndrome people, oh God, I'm so sorry. If two people with Down syndrome have a baby, is it called doubling down? Just gotta ask these questions. Okay, sorry, I've been watching a lot of documentaries. There's two on Netflix of people with Down syndrome who are getting married. And don't worry, they have subtitles. People always say they're special. I think it's because they all have something a little extra. Anyway, have a good night, everybody.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, happy birthday,